Thanks for tuning in to the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. Here you'll find tips, insight, and information to help your music and your ministry succeed. Whether you're a singer, a musician, or a songwriter, we want to help you where you are, but we also want to help you get to where you want to go. We believe that our talents are God's gift to us, but what we do with those are our gift back to God. Yesterday's information is important, but what we can learn today will make this the best day yet. Hey everybody, Rob Novell with the Charles Novell School of Music. CNS 26 is already off and rolling. Will take place June 21st through the 27th at Bethel University in McKenzie, Tennessee. Registration opened August the 4th, and we're waiting on you. CNS is a place where you can develop your life, your music, and your ministry. Make plans now, save the date, and join us for CNS 26. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. Thank you for taking time out of your day to tune in and listen to what's happening in the world of CNS. And listen, super excited today because we have an extremely gifted, talented young lady with us. And she is a student at CNS, but she is also president of the Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association. And that is none other than Linda Covert. Linda, say hello to everybody.
Oh, hello, everyone. So good to be with you, Rob.
Thank you for being here. I've been excited about this. We've talked about this for a while, haven't we?
It has been a few times, and it worked this time, so this is good.
And you know what? I'm like, man, we're just going to make it happen because we're going to talk about some stuff today that is a little time sensitive. One of the things we're going to talk about, a couple of events that are coming up with the GCSGMA. So let's do this. Before we get into the GCSGMA, tell us about Linda. Who is Linda and what brings Linda to this program today?
Well, my first thing that I would like to say is that I am so proud of being married for 52 years. Stan and I have 2 children, and we are just thrilled with that and have incurred a lot of, life changes, how it goes. But music has always been part of the Brewer family, which is where I was from. Okay. I met Stan when the Brewer family was singing at his church for youth night, and my mother and 6 children, what better group to get for a youth night service on a Saturday night? And there was this guy sitting down front just laughing at me playing the piano, and I'm thinking, you little snot. And which made me play all the more better. You know how that goes. But in about 6 or 8 months, we were dating, and he asked me to marry him, and music has continued to be part of our lives. He studied sound engineering so he could be part of it. His brother played the steel guitar, so he came from a musical family. But
wow.
So pleased to know that another way of expression for me is through music and being able to set music down, set words down, and have that continue. So when, like I say, life changes came, there were 6 children to be married, and we all moved to 6 different states. We joined a church and was there for 40 years, and he was the sound engineer and I was the piano player. So when it came time to do something else, I said, honey, what do you want? He said, I'm right there with you. So Fresh Spirit was born in 2007.
Okay.
Then that is how I met Steve Wilson, Don Harper, and Scarlett Monday of the Southern Gospel Music, Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association. So I went to one of the meetings, and knowing I had not traveled and sang as a group for a number of years, I thought, well, I'll just see what's happening now. And here, come to find out, Steve Wilson and I went to the same church in Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
And he remembered me from youth group. And Lord, I'm a completely different person from then. So I'm surprised I even remembered him, But we are still involved in music and still trying to put our best foot forward and just do what we feel like the Lord wants us to do.
I love it. I love it. So Linda, you are a gifted singer. You're a phenomenal piano player. And the first time I heard you play was at the school, um, in a lesson. And I'm like, man, this needs to be reversed. I need to take lessons from you. You just so you kind of said it a while ago. What I love about music is the form of the delivery of expression that it gives us, and all the more reason why I love being involved in Christian music because music on the art side of things, music gives us the avenue again to tell stories and to share thoughts with people. And what better story to tell than man, there was a man who loved you enough to die on the cross for
Absolutely.
you.
What I
And
find so good about that, if I could use that phrase, is that it's Rob's story, it's Linda's story,
yeah,
all of the wonderful people that I've met at CNS, all of those students, it's their story. And you bringing us along, trying to encourage us to express ourselves and make it part of the greater story is such an encouragement.
that's the thing. Don't talk a whole lot about this, but um, the big picture is as long as God says, Gabriel, not yet,
Mm-hmm.
don't blow that trumpet yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's work for us to do, and collectively, I get really, really excited when I start seeing our students share their ministry opportunities and to get to see where they are. We as CNS, I mean, Linda, today we were probably ministering in 100 different places.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the exciting thing because you're right. Music, it's a team sport. There's groups. You just shared Fresh Spirit, and we're going to talk about some of the groups in the association here in a minute. But man, it's an individual thing. It's a way that we can all plug in and do our part. I like to look at it this way. We talk about the CNS family, but man, we're also trying to build an army
Mm-hmm.
because there's in I've never politicized a podcast, but in a war, you have different areas that are fighting all at the same time in
Mm-hmm.
different areas. And that's the neatest thing again about CNS is the fact that we are equipping um, messengers to go out and share the message. And
The
I,
beautiful part of that is, yes, we do student performance, and yes, you encourage us in this area and each personal area. And I liken it to the principle of it's like a homecoming. Nobody has a lot of food, but hey, bring what you can. And when you get all that together, my
uh,
Lord, what a feast you have. And
absolutely, that's perfect, Linda.
when we do the group things on Friday night, it's like, you mean all of these people individually can come together and do that collectively? It's beautiful.
It is. It is absolutely phenomenal. What a great analogy there. I love that. You play, you sing, you also write.
I do, yes. And that is a step forward for me. 2 years ago, when you started I believe a couple of years ago, songwriting, and you know how you write things down over the years, or you'll be in a certain period, a little melody will come to you, and you just hum that. And before you know it, the Lord has blessed you to be on the other side of things. And I had a lot of those scrap papers, and Billy Blackwood was so succinct in his songwriting course I took from him was carry a notebook around with you, but write down anything. And as I would do that, I came away one year from CNS, and in my car on the way home, I said very quietly, I am a songwriter. I did not even say it out loud. And yes, it's gotten louder over the few years that I've been doing it. So I'm going to say a loud yes.
There you go. There you go. So, I love when writers will be like, where do you get inspiration? I'm like, everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, everywhere. I'm very aware when I travel a lot. I'm very aware when I'm driving. I like to look around and bumper stickers. Um, I know a story of a writer who someone, you know, how a truck passes you, and especially in the winter with salt and stuff, people will write messages on the back of those truck
Sure,
doors.
sure.
It was something about wash me, and they 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 saw that, you know, at what, 70 miles an hour going down the highway, and it just sparked something in them as to sharing their story of how they once were stained, but God washed them white as snow.
Certainly,
And
certainly.
so
Who was the songwriter we had this year that came from the Kingsmen, I think, that sang a song on Friday night? By the way, BTW, Jesus Loves You. He sang on Friday night or
oh
one
gosh,
evening.
you've stumped the band. Are you talking about Gary Shepard?
Gary Shepard, yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
was he the
Gary.
Kingsman?
Yep, he was the tenor. He was squeaky. He was the first tenor with the Kingsmen forever. And yeah, what a great writer
Yeah,
Gary.
he shared that story of how he was driving down the highway, just like you said, and saw a bumper sticker with the letters BTW.
Yeah, yeah. You never know. Inspiration. That's why I tell people it literally can come from anywhere and everywhere. I think I've also, you know, in ministry. Um, Pastor Rob, why can't I hear God speaking to me? Well, maybe because you don't stop talking yourself. So a lot of times when we just sit and listen to what the Holy Spirit may want to tell us, inspiration can come that way. So yeah, you're the trifecta. I remember my dad would always say, talking about like singers and players, man, that's like double barrels. You pointing that at the enemy. They can sing, they can play. You're like triple barrels. You
Thank you.
sing, you sing, you play, you write. It's great. Okay, awesome. So, um, you kind of shared what got you on the radar with the association there. Were you at a GCSGMA sing and heard about the association?
Yes, we saw it advertised on a couple times. We had gone. Fresh Spirit back in 2007 had gone to a couple appointments, and someone said you need to get in touch with Steve Wilson, and someone actually gave me the number. And when I called him up, he said where they were going to be. So we went one night, and it was my two sisters and my mom. And like I said, I had not traveled and sang for 40 years, on staff at churches and at a church and being a mom and a wife. But it was time now. And so I thought, should I take my CD? Should I not? So we did take a couple songs. And lo and behold, Steve said, we've got a group here that I knew from kids. Why don't you come on up? Well, I went up to him and I gave him a hug and I said, Steve, you have not heard us in years. And he said, come on, try it. And we then joined, and I had gone to the meetings and accepted different offices in the association over the years as it has been available to me. And now here I am president, so I'm very humbled by that.
Madam President, we not only have an important guest this week, we have political greatness. We have Madam President in the House of the GCSGMA. And to clarify, because I don't know if I've said this yet or not, the GCSGMA is the Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's special to me because for a couple reasons. Uh, I joke, but I mean it. I have a house in Georgia, but my home is Ohio. It's Cincinnati. I
Sure.
grew up there. Go Bearcats! So the GCSGMA is special to me because that's home for me. And I sit on the SGMA, the Southern Gospel Music Association board. But the GCSGMA is the only state level association that I'm part of, and the reason is it's home, and I
I love it.
want to support what you guys are doing. And here's the thing, um, I am proud to be a part of this because it's a well run organization. It's organized. The events are good. The things that you guys do because you care about each other. You care about the association, and then you care about the people that the association gets to minister to. So, um, take a little bit to tell us about, the Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association. What is the association about?
What I have enjoyed over the years from that time in 2007 was meeting everyone at a Frisch's restaurant, and it just being those few individuals and not even taking minutes of the meetings, but asking questions, learning different things that are happening now. I know the association is something that is being continued. Your father had roots in it, and now Steve and Don and Scarlett have, started that up again. So it's something that I like to use the word, one of my favorite words, anyone who knows me, is progress.
Yeah.
And it has made progress over the years. We now have to have a place to meet. We now can Zoom you in if you can't make it to the meeting. We now have almost 42, 43 members that are part of it, anywhere from soloists to groups. This is something that has, well, I want to use the phrase gotten bigger. I don't want to say gotten bigger in the fact that, oh my goodness, that's what we're counting on. No, we want to enlarge, but we want to be better. We want to do things in a much better way. One of the things I'm extremely proud of is since last year and this year, our events have been held in new facilities, and I'm talking new churches. I think it's easy as artists and as messengers of the gospel. Oh, this church will have me. I know they'll have me. And we tend to do a lot of repeat things. But the organization, just in the last couple of years, we have been able to have our hymn sings just in new facilities. So this year we had a hymn sing in June. It was in a new church. The one coming up in August is a new church. Our Christmas event, the church was so happy last year when we did our Christmas event, they have invited us back for this year.
Wow.
So I see all of that as progress and getting better.
And that's the heartbeat of what we do at CNS. We believe that an effective ministry is a polished ministry. I Linda, I've been in this my whole life, and probably my biggest pet peeve is seeing somebody get up and the phrase, if I hear it one more time, my head might explode. Don't listen to how I sing.
Oh, yes.
Just listen to the words of the song. Now, I understand that phrase, but I also understand that is saying my singing is going to be really bad. So don't listen to how I sing, just listen to the words of what I'm singing. No, I don't think we should ever get up and make excuses. The thing, I said it earlier, the amazing opportunity, but responsibility that we
Sure.
have as Christian artists. It's a little different than secular music. If you're clubbing on the weekends, man, you're literally playing to those people in front of you. But when we step onto a church platform or a high school auditorium stage or the stage at NQC, we are standing directly in front of the one who gave us our gifts to begin with.
Sure.
And man, he gave us his best,
Well, it's important to remember whom we are representing. So I agree with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? That's gone a little further for me over the years. First and foremost, we're representing God. Secondarily, we're representing ourselves and our testimony, our witness. And then when we're part of associations like this, we're even representing the association. Hey, I've mentioned these to you offline, and I just realized they were sitting here on my console in my studio. Can you see that?
Yes.
And this one?
Yes.
The pink
Blue
and blue.
Pink, red.
Let me open this. This is the Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association. This is from January through February of 1974.
No way.
Some of the groups mentioned in here: the Burton family, the Ball family, the Regents, the Lordsmen, the Oakleys, the Gospel Echoes, Gospel Mariners.
My God, a history there.
Yeah. They had a talent contest. The winners was the Smith family out of Wooster, Ohio.
Oh my goodness.
Um, dad's on here as the Can you see that
I can, yes.
right there? This has been around for a while. Linda, you may be missing out on something. They 1974. They're selling they're selling bumper stickers
Oh
and
my.
Jesus buttons. Let me tell you a funny story about those Jesus buttons real quick. So the Regents that I mentioned, that was my mom and dad's group. My mom and dad and a gentleman by the phenomenal singer by the name of Ron Medley.
Okay. Why does that sound familiar?
They sang in the Regents for
Okay.
years, but Ron was on staff at Central Parkway Church of God, Princeton Pike Church of God, Harlan Park Church of God in Middletown, Ohio.
Hmm.
He was in the Cleveland Church of God and was a minister there in Southern Ohio for 40 plus years. So they're out singing during this era, obviously 1974, and they were carrying these Jesus buttons. Well, my dad is giving this little talk in this church service, and he's like, we got these Jesus buttons, and he just keeps pointing to his lapel, and he's like, man, it's just an icebreaker. These buttons right here, somebody will stop you, and what's your button saying? You can this button right here. Well, he's pointing and pointing, but he forgot to put it on that night.
Oh my.
And my mom and Ron would get tickled over there
Oh goodness.
why dad was doing MC stuff. And they got to laughing so hard because he forgot that button, but right there.
Wow.
But I grabbed these just to again to show the history and how long that something like this has been around. Now it went dormant for years. And I believe the crew you're talking, the Steve Wilson, Don Harper, Scarlet Monday, kind of put the paddles to it and revived it.
Right.
And it's had great leadership through the last, 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know how long now I've been involved, but again, I'm honored to be a part of it. And I love how you answered the question a while ago as to when I asked, what is the GCSGMA? So, what are some of the groups or artists that are currently part of the GCSGMA?
We have got the Kittle family, the Salem
Oh,
Quartet.
listen, hang on. Okay. So go ahead. Go ahead. You said Kittles and Salem.
We've got a number of soloists. We've also got the Zorn sisters. So far, a lot of the people I've mentioned are members of CNS, are alumni from CNS. We've got Hannah. We've got individual soloists. We've got group things going on. So one of the things, if I could just allude to this real quick, is many years ago, it was just quarterly singings.
Okay.
So as we have grown, it grew into, oh my goodness, why don't we just have an artist event? Well, it's wonderful to hear that I'm not available on this date, but I'm available on this date. So that artist event went to 2 events and everyone was thrilled with that. And now it's turned into the hymn sing. I only say this because, again, my favorite word, progress. You try something and you see what works and you see what it evolves to. And now we are being asked to do a number of these hymn sings, not just to make ourselves available to the artists of the association, but to churches who want to have something like this as part of their activities and outreach. We do have the Ball family. We do have Common Bond. We do have, like I said, individuals. I know Cynthia, you've met Cynthia.
Yeah, Cynthia Wurzelbacher.
The new artist that we are glad to have just received in the past few months is PJ Anderson.
Yeah.
Jenny Stoughton.
Yeah.
So she was at the CNS this year.
They were. PJ's been with us for several years. So we'll talk in a little bit about a kind of an annual thing that CNS and the GCSGMA does together every fall. And part of the reason, again, that I even want to come to the area and do this, it's home. But what I have tried to do and have done is recruit for the association. And we've had students every year come to our weekend regionals there in Cincinnati,
Right.
and then stick around and plug in to the association. Jenny you just mentioned is one of those. PJ's one of those. Hannah's one of those. Randy Short. See
Oh,
if
another one, another group we have, sorry, is the Harpers. I didn't want to forget them.
Yep. I was going to mention Don here in a minute. Absolutely. If you look at NQC over the last, let's just say 10 years, 10, 15 years, they've had nights during NQC during the week that were just soloist nights.
Just soloists, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So absolutely. I'm a quartet person myself. I love quartets. But sure, that would work.
I don't know how that will work yet, but once we acquired Brian Hatton, Tanya, and Jenny, we've got PJ. Hannah is just wonderful. You talk about being able to do a couple different things. She can sit down and play, and she can sit down. One of the things we're doing at the August Hymn Sing is I said to Hannah, because she was available for the earlier one, I said, would you like to play for you and Scarlett to do something? So that has evolved into she and Scarlett doing a duet, and Matt from the Kittle family is going to be playing the piano.
Wow.
So that'll just be a great combination.
Yeah, Hannah, she's, great singer, but now she's playing guitar, she's playing piano. We met her younger sister, Lauren, at CNS this past year. And
I'm going to interrupt you there. You were not very kind to her all week long.
To who?
Hannah and Lauren.
Hannah, they know. I introduce Lauren every time I saw her as the nice version.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
The nice version of Hannah. I teach both of those young ladies weekly. I work with Hannah and on, I don't know, I think Thursday nights, and then Lauren on Friday afternoons. We do virtual lessons. I'm in Georgia, they're in Ohio, but they've been students of mine for a couple of years. So the other day, Lauren texted me a joke. So I responded back to her. I said, not only are you the nicer version of Hannah, but you're actually the funny version of Hannah too. So yeah, I love picking on them.
Okay.
But hoping to get Lauren connected with the association and bring her on board. So you've talked about it a couple times. You've alluded to it. So let's just put pen to paper here. Your next event is a upcoming hymn sing in a couple weeks. What are those dates?
It's August the 16th.
Okay.
On a Saturday at Addiston Baptist Church.
Addiston Baptist. Now, is that Steve Kittle's?
Steve Kittle's church.
Okay.
Yes. Steve Kittle's church. And at that event, we're going to have Steve Wilson being the song leader as part of it. The Ball family will be singing. As I said, Hannah and Scarlett will be doing something. We'll have the Zorn sisters, Randy Short. We'll just have those that weren't available for both singings. We'll have them. Don will be doing the song leading toward the end. The Kittle family, since it's their home church, will be doing a couple songs. PJ will be there. And what we are trying to do is, yes, do a lot of the hymns, but once the hymns are sung with the whole entire choir, we let the artists choose their own songs. So the Ball family might do, 2 songs that work well for them that are necessarily hymns. But we have acquired the hymnal from Addiston Baptist Church, so we will do things that the church sings and incorporate that into the GCSGMA songbook and make that part of our repertoire moving forward, which is, I think, good because it expands our music that we are able to offer.
Right.
May I talk about the other thing that we're doing this year?
Absolutely.
We are arriving at these events like at 3:30 in the afternoon because we, the association, are actually learning the Hallelujah Chorus.
Oh, wow. For Christmas?
And yes, and Matt will be playing from the Kittle family, will be playing along with the track, like is so popular right now. And the choir will be singing, all of the artists. And this will be utilized in our Christmas event. So, yes, it's a long day. Right. We get there at 3:30 in the afternoon. Everybody does a sound check. Everybody, says hello, God bless America, that type of thing. And then we sit down and go through the songs and know who's going to do what, where. I have an agenda outlined for everyone. Then it starts at 6. And we want to be able to say by 7:30, quarter of 8, have a great evening and be in church tomorrow morning, you
Oh,
know.
that's awesome.
So,
That's awesome. Yeah. So we've talked about the Kittles, and I want to back up. A couple weeks ago, I was browsing social media and absolutely was blown away. They had posted a video of getting to a sing, and the power went out.
absolutely. Yes.
And I commented because it's exactly what it was. It was absolutely a masterclass in what to do when faced with adversity. Um, there was a secular song years ago, but man, I hear the words and I hear the melody when I think of these situations. The show must go on. We can very easily, they could have just said, you know what, we can't do this. They figured it out. They went around the acoustic piano
Sure. Sure.
and sang. They got their phone lights out and lit the place up. And honestly, I've done this on Linda on about every level you can imagine. And I can only think of a few handful of groups that could pull off what they
Pull
did
it off.
that night.
Absolutely.
It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And so this is the caliber of people connected with the GCSGMA. And we've talked a little. Yeah, I call it our Cincinnati delegation. We always have a good turnout at CNS every year from Cincinnati. And here's the thing from my chair, from the director of the Charlestonville School of Music, when I see Steve Wilson, Steve Kittle, Scarlett, Hannah, yourself, I'm leaving people out. Jenny was there, PJ's there. When I see members of the GCSGMA coming because they realize that there's somebody there that can speak into their life, their music,
Right.
and their ministry, for that area of progress and growth that we've already talked a little bit about. I mean, it's really, really special to me. And so we have a good crew that comes every summer. But we also we talked about this a little earlier. We do kind of the connection with CNS is this. We've talked, Dad, in this newsletter from 1974 was the president of this association. I'm a member now, but there's a tight connection with CNS and the GCSGMA.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So every fall, we hold the school every summer, the last week of June in McKenzie, Tennessee at Bethel University. We open registration tomorrow, Linda. Tomorrow we officially, and somebody snuck it in. The website's actually live. We're recording this on a Sunday, and the 3rd, tomorrow, August the 4th, the registration opens. Someone already found the website and has gotten registered.
Oh
But
my.
throughout the course of the year, we go off and we do different weekend sessions that we call weekend regional sessions.
Regional.
And we're doing one in October in Arkansas, with the Ferrises, with Landon and his mom Katrina. We're doing one at their place in October. And then we will be in Cincinnati November 14th and 15th.
Yes, yes.
And our weekend sessions they're Friday night and all day events on Saturday. And again, we've been able to get students in the area, or even drive in. We've had students come in from West Virginia, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, to be part of this weekend regional over the years. And I get excited because obviously we get to present CNS to them at the weekend, but
Sure.
we also get to present the GCSGMA to them. And my hope every year when we come in is that we connect an artist or two or a group with the association. So we're excited to come back. This will be, golly, probably 4 or 5 years in a row or more. So I always look forward to coming in and doing this one, because that means, Linda, when we break for lunch, I can go to Skyline and, there's priorities. It's all about God and Jesus, right?
Well, you never open the invitation up to everyone. You just sort of scoot up there and hope no one sees how much you eat.
Yeah. last year wasn't on my particular diet.
Um,
Um, so I was trying to hide last year, but um, no, just a great weekend. We always love coming in and being part of the association there, and just we always have a good time. We'll be there. Buddy Buddy Bates and Roy Webb are confirmed to be teaching at that weekend session with us. So really looking forward to that. We're going to be opening registration for that this week as well.
okay.
So we're gonna start plugging and pushing that there. Now, don't you have another a family event coming up this year as well? Do you have something? The Liz Mentis was heading it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Okay,
October the 11th.
October the 11th. Okay,
Liz and her team, we are having, this is another new thing we're doing. This is why I'm excited about the growth of the association. We are having a family fun event, and we are going to have a spaghetti dinner,
yum.
and we will have a silent auction. We will have music presented by none of the GCSGMA artists, as we want all of the artists to invite people to come and be able to enjoy an evening of this time. But we've got the Landmark Boys from Landmark Baptist Church going to be our singers that night.
Very cool.
So
Very cool. You know,
Brian
sometimes
will be the MC for the evening.
okay. Linda, what I love about that is you know, sometimes when you give, you need to sit down and be fed. So I no, seriously, I love that concept because the groups in the association part of that event can sit and be ministered to that night and you know, not have to worry about saying this or pushing this track or making
Sure.
sure the keyboard is in the right, you know, set all that goes out the window and they can just sit down and just be part of an event. So Landmark Boys will be there. Brian Hudson, you said, is
Yes.
seeing that. Okay. So in order, you've got the August
We've got the
16th.
August 16th hymn
Okay.
singing.
And
Then
then
we have the Family Fun event on October the 11th.
okay.
Then we have the last event of the year will be our Christmas event on December 6th, which
Okay.
will be held at Twin Brook Hills Baptist Church, backed by popular demand.
Okay. And then in the middle of that in November will be the CNS Regional.
Correct. And the association meeting as well in October.
Okay. How often does the association meet?
We meet quarterly, and the board tries to be prepared as far as knowing what is out there and looking ahead and trying to make things available to everyone. If I could just mention the board real quick, myself,
Absolutely.
president, Steve Kittle as the vice president, Diane Garner is our secretary and IT person, then James Kittle is our treasurer. So that's the four, and we meet on a regular basis outside of our quarterly meetings, trying to improve things, trying to make sure we cover everything. Right now, we have been blessed with new membership, like I said, so we are looking at that application process and bringing that to everyone's attention again. But just the continued growth, the increase, and doing our best is what we're about.
Man, those meetings with the board are crucial. If I like to say it this way, I've heard this over and over. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So, you know, you all getting together, that's important prior to those quarterly meetings. So, couple final questions here, and this one is majorly just off the cuff. Is the association open for anyone to apply for membership?
The association is.
Okay. Is there's a website, correct?
Yes.
What is that address, Linda?
GCSGMA.
It's .com, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so GCSGMA.com. So if they go to GCSGMA.com,
there are the applications there. We try to have information on all the artists. We have information on the homepage about what we are about, how we want the association represented, how we want to look as far as being a stand-up organization, a professional organization. I know that's not popular words a lot of times, but polished, if I could say it that way.
Sure.
We definitely want to continue with the growth that we've seen.
So there's a review process, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, which is important. I mean, again, quality control in what we do is important as well. If we don't occasionally video our performances and we don't know what they're seeing if we don't see it, so you gotta dot some I's and cross some T's on that end. So the follow-up question with that, is there a territory or a regional limit as far as I don't know, 2 hours, within 2 hours of Greater Cincinnati is? I mean, I'm sure if someone's listening from California, probably doesn't make sense for them to join the Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association, but are there criteria as far as geographically who could apply for membership?
Well, while we are named Greater Cincinnati Southern Gospel Music Association, yes, we will look at Christina Loker. She lives a couple hours away, but she's another one of our solo artists, and
Okay.
she is actively participating in the events. So it does make sense to be close so you can attend meetings and so you can be part of these events that we're making, every year now. But no, we don't just say, okay, are you in the Tri-County area to where you can only join in that area? We do enlarge our borders.
And to clarify that, growing up there, the Tri-County area, you're talking 3 counties. But then the other thing that we hear, and you got to keep in mind, good grief, the Greater Cincinnati Regional Airport or Greater Cincinnati Airport is 25 miles into Kentucky.
Sure.
So the other phrase that we heard all the time was the tri-state
yes.
area, which encompasses Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana. So, if you're listening, this is a great association to be part of. They're gonna welcome you in. You're gonna feel like you're part of something. It's well run. Linda is the best Madam President we could possibly have, and I just sit back and listen. I don't say much, but the next chance I get to implode the term limits, I'm going to do that because we need to keep Linda where she is. We don't need anybody else, but reach out and look about combining and connecting your ministry with this ministry, the GCSGMA. Support their events. You know what? Take a test drive, kick the tires, come to one of these events in August, October, November, or
December.
All right, Linda, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to come on and talk about the GCSGMA.
So glad we were able to connect, and love being a part of your life. And I'm so glad you're in my life this season of time. So thank you.
You are so welcome. So, Linda, I tell everybody this every week when I sign off on these podcasts, and you hear this and have for years being part of CNS. It's exciting, the information that we learned yesterday. But as we pick up new things and learn new things today, I know several things happened for me in church service this morning that's just got me really, really encouraged about tomorrow. But we realize when we apply what we hear today, it makes this become our what, Linda?
Our best day yet.
Our best day yet. Linda, thank you. Guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Charles Novell School of Music podcast, The Best Day Yet. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under the name the Charles Novell School of Music. And for more information on CNS and our upcoming events, like our online school, our weekend regional sessions, our creative coaching, and our pastor's retreat, you can visit us at our website at www.cnsmusic.com. As you've listened to this episode, we hope that you've gained some information that you can apply to your music and to your ministry to make today the best day yet.